This episode is being broadcasted and produced here at Big Stu Studios. And welcome to another episode of Straight Like That podcast. I am your host, Mr. ANTWAN Thomas. If you have anything that videography, photography, I do have a producer. His name is Big Stu. Here at Big Stu Studios, that's where I am filming at right now. He does anything from videography, photography, anything that you possibly need, he does it. So I do have two beautiful ladies here with me today. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
I'm Crystal Lee.
And I'm Rihanna Hunt. And we are
the High Heels and Tea Podcast.
Hey, I saw what attracted me to you. I saw the guest, Dion. Shout out to Dion Moore. She was on here. Actually, she was my third or fourth guest. So I seen her. She streamed live, and I was like, oh, well, let me see what this other podcast is about. So I seen there was two of you, and I just figured, that was dope. I heard a little bit of it, but I really couldn't,
Which episode was it?
It was the one with her on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. I was talking about the entrepreneurship and stuff like that.
Yeah, the entrepreneurship.
Yeah, so it was real cool. So I'll start with you, let everybody know what you do and stuff like that.
Well, what don't I do? So I am an entrepreneur. I'm in shoe retail. I have an online shoe business, Monroe Boutique. I also have a workshop where I teach women how to walk in heels. Called the Monroe Walk Workshop 101. Okay. And of course we do podcasting, which is the High Heels and Tea podcast. In my professional career, I am an IT project manager for Amazon.
Okay. All right. Well, look, I'm like her. What don't I do? I guess I'll start off with my professional career. My professional career, I am a radiation health physicist. Basically, what that is we produce radiopharmaceuticals for things like cancer treatment.
Smart people.
Yeah. I just get by. I get by.
Got you.
But I've been doing that for about 10 years now. I'm also in the shoe retail business as well. I own my own shoe company by the name of Unique Girls Boutique. As well as I do podcasting with Crystal Lee at the High Heels and Tea podcast, and just kind of like dibble and dabble in anything that's available.
Okay. Look, sounds like y'all got a whole lot going on.
We do.
That's a lot balancing your professional career. Then you got your own. That's a lot.
It is.
It is.
You definitely always like working overtime. Like there's no such thing as 9 to 5, whether it's business or your professional career. Yeah. Every day it's like overtime. You cut off this computer, pick up this computer. So
yeah, it's always something to do.
Yeah, I understand. I work in a school district myself. So
which school district?
Ferguson, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I work with special school district with partnering with Ferguson, Florida. Okay. So I'm up at the high school, McClure High School. So I definitely understand. Luckily, I got the summer off. So, it scaled back a little bit, but I don't like sitting still. So I'm still trying to find something to do besides this, but I definitely understand being busy. I'm one of them people that love to be busy. I don't like sitting at home. I hate it.
I like being productive.
Yeah, that too. I don't like sitting at home. It's nothing at home to do unless you doing like a big home improvement project or something like that. But other than that, no, I don't like sitting at home.
I was gonna say too, it depends on what kind of business you have. Like for us, we can sit at home because we have online businesses. So it's like if you can have some time to sit still at home to focus on your business, that's a dope thing. So
exactly.
So how do you all balance your professional career with your own business? Like that seems like I said, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, on my end, as far as balancing goes, we just make it work. I think sometimes I'm doing Unique Girls Boutique stuff on Curium time. Sometimes I'm doing Curium stuff on Unique Girls Boutique time. And like she said, once you put one computer down, you might pick up another one. So it's never really a balance to it. It's just making sure that you're getting your stuff done.
Yeah, and for me, like if I work 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., then I'm up at like 6 a.m. I'm not waking up, and I work from home, due to COVID right now. So I'm not gonna wake up at 6:50. You see all those meals where people
right.
in bed. No, I'm gonna get up that hour early still and check my emails. Make sure everything is good to go with my business and get started on my lunch breaks. I'll do some social media promotion.
Gotcha.
After work. It depends. What I try to do is have set days where I do set things.
I got you. That makes sense.
Like, it's Tuesday, so I could do email marketing. It's Saturday, so I could sit still and do some social media, draft it all up.
Right.
Yep, you just find the balance. You get in where you fit in.
Exactly, you find a way.
Yeah, you try to find balance. But
I don't see how you could work from home. I did it for the whole year, and I promise you, I will never do it again. It was the worst thing I could possibly do.
Well, being an entrepreneur, it works in my advantage, right?
Yeah,
because
that's true.
now it provides more flexibility for my business.
Yeah.
I don't have to sit here at the computer behind the desk and can't get to a customer or can't get to an email. Like, I can do this podcast on the clock.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Everything.
It gave me some time back to focus on business. So, but I will say I am ready to go back into the office only because like my family, they don't think I work.
Respect.
Yeah, they be like, my daughter is like, how are you working? How are you making money? But all you do is sit at home in the basement on the computer. And I'm like, one day you'll get it. I use my mind. I don't have to physically do something, but one day you'll get it. Right now, this is what's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So part of me want to just go to work just so I can be like, I did something.
Told you I'm at work.
Just to get out the house.
I did something today. I left this house today. So.
Yeah, but you do work all day, so that's not the case. She just don't understand.
She don't see it for the most part.
Yeah, my kids are like, Mommy, you going to work again? Yeah, baby, I gotta go. I don't want you to go. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I haven't had a break. I've been at work the whole time.
I be in meetings and they be buzzing in the room like, we hungry. It's lunchtime. And I be like, hold on one second. Excuse me, y'all. My family don't think I work. And, I excuse myself, put it on mute and go from there. But
I understand, man. It's like I said, I'm working with kids.
Yeah.
Especially what I was doing, it's hard to work with kids over the computer. For one, a lot of them don't pay attention in regular class when they're at school. So they're at home. I can't tell you how many times kids they're not gonna have they camera on, so you can't see what they're doing. I can't tell you how many times they turn on their mic, the game, like the video game in the background playing.
No.
See, that would probably be my son, but the only thing is he knows he can't play the video game through the weekdays. But that would definitely most likely have been him, because being that I've been at work the whole time, he was like in school by himself majority of the time. So that's my child. That was the biggest problem. Or they sleep. They get on, go to sleep, and then it's just like.
But you know what? I had a lot of sympathy for the kids because I went to college and I took some online classes too. Like when I thought it would give me time to do other things. And I witnessed like adults that couldn't manage their time. They couldn't do online. Like they're like, these are grown folks. I have to be in the class to learn. So it's like, well, these kids, attention span definitely
very
short.
sharp.
That's true.
You can't really put that type of expectation on kids when it's adults.
They
can't do it. So, and the only time my daughters ever had they like video off was when they hair wasn't done. Like, turn your video off. I do your hair when I get off of work.
Girl, my child, he was one of them that definitely log on to class. I done came there with the belt 50 times and whooped in the middle of the class. Get up! He hopping up. Sir, you supposed to be in class. You in school. And I been left, went to work. I calling his phone. He back asleep.
Oh man.
I think for me I would have been one of those kids that when it came test time or anything, I think if they would have had this when I graduated, I would have passed with flying because I would have had a 4.0. I would have had a 4.0.
It was easy. I would say it was easy. But I think I used to like the interaction at school. Like to
I
actually
didn't like people like that, so it didn't
I'm
bother
with
me.
him. I'm with him.
I mean, I had my. Of course, you got your
school?
small group. Yeah.
High school, I was bad. We was doing all types of stuff. But the
had-
crazy part about it is I was leaving school, I do my work, go take care of my
Yeah.
business. I'm like, all right, y'all, at lunchtime, we're going to leave out the back
We
door.
leaving out the door.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like I said, I had my small group of friends, my small circle, but other than that, I didn't like people. I didn't really care for them because,
You didn't have to go to school
Yeah.
to go to school.
right?
Yeah.
I didn't care
That
for them.
introvertedness.
Yeah,
He's speaking my language.
I definitely. I've been called antisocial, whatever you want to call
Not
it.
antisocial.
Yeah,
It's just
I
your
like certain
energy.
people.
Yep. Some people bring out certain energy in you, and
Yeah.
some people they don't. Their energy
You don't
gives
wanna
you
be
anxiety,
bothered.
and you don't like it, and you don't connect with it.
Yeah. So how long y'all been doing the y'all retail shoe business?
Oh man. I've been in business a little over 7 years. I just celebrated 7 years in business in May.
Okay.
And
Congratulations.
I just
Thank you.
celebrated 8 years in business in March, end of March. So
Okay.
we've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. Congratulations, because as we all know, stuff like that don't really. You're not statistically. You're not supposed to make it past your first year.
Yeah. I see that a
So
lot.
with a lot of businesses, you're not.
Yeah.
They say you're not supposed to make it past your first year. Is always the hardest because that's the first.
Yep.
That's the time where you don't have clientele. If you do, it's very small. A lot of people don't know you, so you gotta try to find a way to build the clientele to reputable sales and stuff like that. So
Yeah, it's hard work. It's
Yeah.
definitely hard work. I think it's what you put into your business.
I was
So,
gonna say that.
you know, like they do say this as well. It's easy to start a business, but keeping that business afloat is what the issue is. But I feel like that first year is your grind year.
Man.
That's
That's
your
true.
year where you letting everybody know, hey, I'm available. Hey, I'm outside. I got this for you. I'm here.
Do that footwork.
Yeah, exactly. You're doing that footwork, you networking, you marketing, and as the years go, you learn. You know, you learn. You try to, grow, do different things to level your business up, things
Yeah.
of that nature. So I think that first year, if you stop, that means that you didn't really want to do it in the
You
first
shouldn't have
place.
been starting.
Yeah.
And I was going to mention, like, your first year doing anything is always the most challenging. You go to college, your first year is going to be the most challenging. You get married, that first year is going to be the hardest. Like, your first year,
Learning.
anything is going to always be challenging. But if you really in it to win it, just look at it as, it's a trial year. This is where you really figure out. You might go in with this, like, 5-year plan to do X, Y, and Z, and you be like, damn, nah, I need to do C, D, and E,
Yeah.
and come back to X, Y, and Z in
Later.
year 3.
Yeah.
Like, so this the year where you really just diving deep and figuring out how to, maneuver with it. So
Yeah,
don't stop. If you stop, I'm with you. That means you shouldn't be
wasn't.
doing it.
that's
But,
true. That's true.
You wasn't ready.
you wasn't
Nah, not at all. You definitely
But,
wasn't ready.
Yeah, the first year is always, no matter what you do, even if you do stop and you start back again, now you got a whole nother
Another
year
year.
of
Exactly.
just
Starting
Yeah.
over.
just starting over. So your first year always gonna be the hardest.
Yeah.
But it's the year you just figure it all out.
Yeah, I'm definitely learning that myself. I like you said, even with going to school, I stayed home my first year for college. My second year, I left. Of course, my mom did want me to. Oh well, she got over it eventually. But no, it's just one of them things where I had to leave because I had to know what it was to be on my own.
Of course.
So I had to. It was kind of a spur of the moment. It was. I'm not even going. I didn't talk to nobody about it. I did my research. The school that I went to, my cousin. Yeah, I was.
Because you said it's a spur of the moment, but you
It
like, I ain't
was.
talk about. You knew what you was
Because
doing.
I knew. I didn't want nobody trying to talk me out of it, which is one of them things where
Sometimes you keep things to yourself until you're ready.
exactly you can't talk me out of anything. That's one thing my parents know about me. If it's something I really want to do, you can talk to you blue in the face. I'm just gonna be like, okay. and I'm still gonna do it if I feel like I want to do it. If it's something that I'm really into, so it was just one of those things where I didn't want to hear nobody try to convince me to get out of it. Well, you shouldn't be going away.
Where'd you go?
Nah, I went to Missouri Southern State.
You don't even go nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't. I definitely didn't. It was 4 hours away, but I found it. My cousin went there, so that's what really drove me to go there. I had family there. My cousin actually, and then I had a cousin that graduated from there in 2012. I think she either 2011, 2012. She graduated from there, and she stayed down there and built a family and everything like that. So I had family down there already. So it wasn't
better.
so it wasn't a big adjustment, but it was a big enough adjustment to where I didn't want nobody trying to talk me out of it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want anybody's opinion, not that I really care.
Because it was new to you. It was something new, and you was passionate about it. And you know, sometimes you do gotta protect those things, you know. Can't share it
everything.
Yeah, that's
you know you're ready.
That's definitely what it was. I mean, she eventually she was happy that I did.
Are you the only child?
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm the only child on both sides.
Come back. She's
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm the only child on both sides.
yeah.
So my dad was excited for me when he first heard about it.
Get him on now. Get him
He was
on
like,
now.
yeah, it's good that because he also wanted me to. It was a chance for me to experience life in a different without my parents being right there. So he was happy for me. I'm pretty sure me being the only child, he had his skepticism about it, but he left at 18 to go to the military. So he understood. He understood where I was coming from, why I left. So it was definitely one of them things where it was hard because I actually, for the first time, seen my mama. When she was leaving, she kind of didn't want me to see her cry, but I could tell she was upset. So it was one of the things I'm like, oh my God.
My oldest, she got accepted to KU.
Okay. I've actually visited KU. It's nice.
She starts in August, and so we having her going away party. The first Saturday, she leave that first Sunday, and I'm excited because I have other kids. Okay?
Yeah, so you still got a nest.
Yeah, I'm still nesting here, but I'm just still excited for her.
Yeah.
Because I went to college and did all the good stuff, but I didn't have the opportunities that she has because I had her at 15. So I had to move a little different. So I'm like, girl, go live your life. Go, even if it's 6 months and you come back, I don't care, but at least take that leap and go be on your own. Like, I'm excited. Yeah. But a part of me is something in me though that is super emotional.
Oh yeah, you gonna cry.
I might cry in the car.
You gonna cry?
I'm gonna cry in the car.
Yeah, I might not show it to her because if I cry, she gonna cry.
Yeah.
But I'm more excited than like sad or feeling like this.
You accomplished is what the word. You feel accomplished.
I feel good.
Yeah. You gonna be crying you gonna be looking at her room talking about she ain't coming back.
Not no time soon.
She ain't coming back no time soon.
The other kids already got dibs on her room. She got the second biggest bedroom, so they got dibs.
I definitely. So as she left, I'm putting my stuff in there. Yep, this is my room. She ain't even finna get her stuff all the way out.
For summer.
Nah, she don't. She can have the couch. She better take the couch. This is my room.
Take the couch, right?
Hey, you don't live here no more.
Either the oldest daughter, the second oldest daughter, or the oldest, or my son. Somebody gonna take their room as soon as she leave. August.
I would have had my stuff in there already.
August the 8th. By August the 9th.
You got your stuff packed.
My stuff is packed in the room.
Mama move me from her to her.
Don't move it. Don't touch it. You touch it, I kill you. This is my room. But it's good that you don't see too many black women entrepreneurs, especially ones that's been as you all been knowing each other for a while. Kind of go into business or do something together, especially here in St. Louis.
It's definitely foreign because we in the same industry, and a lot of people be like, man, it's so dope that you guys came together and did a collaborating project versus it's all about competition. Like,
that's true.
We was like,
have a good time.
Yeah, like let's flow. And as you see, we definitely flow. It's genuine. A great relationship with her personally and doing the podcast. So, a lot of people can't do it, especially women. But you gotta just find, as I mentioned, you gotta find your crowd, find your crew, and whoever you flow with.
Let it flow.
Let it flow.
Exactly. Find your niche.
Yeah.
So how did y'all come up with the podcast?
That's Crystal.
So I was similar to you in a way with the introversion, and really don't have many relationships with people, you know, women and men. And one day I was listening to the Lip Service podcast by Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, from the Breakfast Club.
And so she does a podcast with like 3 of her friends, and she always have these different celebrities and stuff to come on, but typically it's like women stuff, right?
Gotcha.
And so I was sitting there listening to it one day, and I was bugging up, felt like I was at the kitchen table with them, and I was like, damn, I really miss having that feminine energy, you know, and connecting to women like that. And I thought, like, how many other women out there feel that exact same way? So I was like, you know what, I would love to do a podcast with maybe 1 or 2 different women, and we talk about all these different topics on womanhood, because a lot of women, and we've attested to it, have been misguided, you know, based off of what womanhood represents, how it's defined, and all those different things. So we keep it radio raw, and have very candid conversations about our experiences as women, from entrepreneurship, relationships, friendships, motherhood, like all that good chat. We just
All the good stuff.
We just talk about it. So that's what birthed it. Just realizing that there's other women out there like me that you know don't have those relations and don't have those connections, and not really understanding that it's your life. You you live your life, and you know don't put all this pressure on yourself. So yeah. My girl, really good balance. Really, because we have very different experiences in different areas. So it's always dope where I might be like, nah, I ain't never did that. She be like, shh, I did, or vice versa. So the biggest thing with podcasting, of course, is storytelling, and nobody have your story. So it's always dope to share the different stories about our upbringings and who we are today as women, and our, you know, dib and dabs in relationships and all that good stuff. Everything.
So how did you get roped into it?
Well, honestly,
Sounds like she roped you into it. I'm curious.
so the funny part about it is I didn't know Crystal personally. I know her husband.
Gotcha.
So me and Crystal kind of formed a bond from doing pop-up shops, because we are in the same industry. So we've kind of just created a friendship just by seeing her out, just doing business. And so we kind of just created our own friendship within each other. And so I think when she decided to go ahead and move forward with the podcast, she was like, I know who can do it with me. Rihanna. And so she reached out to me, and I was like, hell to the yeah. So I was definitely all for it. I mean, I was definitely a little shy or scared at first, but I think it kind of just flowed as we've gotten into it. But I'm glad she picked me.
So what made you all want to get into that shoe industry? Because I know, of course, a lot of women love shoes. My mom is one of them. I think she's a shoe hoarder. But she has about 1,000 shoes.
You can't hoard shoes. Exactly.
She has about 1,000. Look, she has a whole closet full of shoes, and she probably only wears about 6 of them.
That's normal.
I mean, but she may
That's not normal.
Lifestyle.
She need them, but she knows each pair of shoes that she got in her closet. So it might be one situation where she like, I know I get that one pair.
Like me today.
So it's there. It's available. So we have to take advantage, because no one ever said that you had too many shoes.
I said
it's a shoe lover lifestyle.
Too many. Like I said, and it's one of them things where I even growing up, I look in our class and be like, Mama, why? Like, why are you? She'd be looking for a pair. I'd be like, it's somewhere in there. Like she don't even have her original boxes, so it's kind of in that case it's kind of hard to find. I'm like, you gonna be digging for a good little minute.
That's one thing I do. I keep all my original boxes, and even when they start getting tore up, I take the tape. I have days where I take my tape and I take my boxes, the tops of them, and pipe them back, because that's how I can see. Like, they're lined up in my closet. I'm like, okay, that's that one right there. That's and it makes it easier. But yeah, your mom, it's a situation.
Tell her to go to IKEA and organize her shoes.
Yeah.
Nah, it's gonna take about a week.
Well,
that's what it takes.
She don't need no more shoes. She still will be not even looking for shoes. She'll just be like, we'll be in the store. She'll be like, I like those. I'm looking like, oh my god.
She needs them now. Exactly.
Oh my god.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's something wrong with it.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
So
especially when you don't
how
wear
about
them.
this? What's your fetish? What is something that you really like?
I'm not gonna lie. I am a sneakerhead. I love.
How you gonna talk about somebody and you shoe lover as well?
Look now. But I will actually wear them. I don't buy shoes that I'm not
But
gonna
you don't wear
wear
them every day.
I don't. But I'm going to wear them.
She's gonna wear them too.
Nah, she's gonna wear the same 6 pair
A special occasion.
Special occasion.
Something that it was like, oh, I got this outfit. I know I got those one shoes from 1982.
And it's crazy because that's happened. She when I remember growing up, she'd be going out somewhere. She'd be like, such and such shoes. Where's such and such shoes? I'm like, somewhere in your closet. You ain't never. It's been a while since you had them on. She's like, I'm pretty sure I still got them. Well, you might want to go dig.
She need to take a trip to IKEA, get them
organizer.
And put them pretty little heels up.
It's definitely been time.
Maybe you can do that for her birthday.
Look at him.
I'm giving you some ideas.
Look, man.
Or even if you buy the shelves for her, just it could be a project for her.
Yeah, it could be a project for her.
You know what? It'll be her project because I'm not touching her shoes.
Yeah, you could buy
the shelves. I've been in. Nah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
She had been in. Nah, I've been lost the shoe or something. She be mad. Talking about, you don't want the last one that had them. No, I wasn't. I was not the last one to touch.
Ain't nobody asked you to organize
Right.
I knew where everything was at until you touched it.
Before you touched them, now you're not finna blame me for nothing. And it's crazy because she know where all her shoes are. I'm like, how?
Yeah. Something in our brain.
How do you know where this specific shoe is?
Let me see. So to your question about, you said, how did we get started in shoe retail? For me, I just fell in love with heels on prom day. Like, that was my first time putting on a pair of heels and, getting all cute. And I was like, oh, damn, I like this. I like the way I
look. My booty pop.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to continue to wear heels. And I did. And so in college, I just became like this shoe guru to everyone because I always had heels on. And one day I put on a pair of tennis shoes and no one even recognized me.
Oh, wow.
No one realized I was as short as I am. And I was like, well, I'm not even taller than you with heels on, so I gotta be a short person.
Right.
But in that nutshell, me just being a shoe lover, I used to go to Baker's in the Galleria. But I couldn't afford nothing. And because I was a college student, had a child, I did work, but I only made so much. And I used to just be like, damn, like, why they shoes cost so much? Like, this is my quality of shoe. Baker's is. Like, I can go somewhere and get a pair of heels that's cheaper, but I don't like the quality. Yep. So that really prompted me to kind of invest into that area. Like, can I find, some shoes of great quality and sell them with not such a high markup? And I researched, and I did in a nutshell. And that was the beginning of my online business, Monroe Boutique.
Yep. See, me, I was a little bit more selfish. I mean, because I was more so of a sneakerhead coming into college. Every Jordan that you could possibly think of, I was getting or had. And then I went to Mizzou. I went to school, and I linked up with Aisha. Yeah. Aisha was she was my roommate. She came from a different background than I was, and we freshmen. She got on heels. I got on these Jordans, and I'm just like, I wonder what those are like, or maybe I should try to get into those, and just a part of becoming a woman and becoming more girly, you try to, verse yourself off into different things. Yeah. So that was kind of what I started doing. I'm like, okay, I like these. Or Baker's. I started going to Baker's, and Baker's had that clearance rack too back in the day.
She said they had that clearance rack.
I got so I would go, or if it was a certain pair of shoes that I really wanted, because they did have some shoes that's $100, $200. I'd be like, okay, I gotta save.
That's what I want.
Money.
She said I want the one that's about $200, $300.
I gotta save right now, or I gotta finesse my situation. But as I started, you know, getting into, when I started working in corporate America, I started just thinking of ways that, okay, how can I get shoes, or how can I buy shoes and still have a pair for me, but still make money off of it. And so my feet are small. I wear a size 6. And as I started doing my research, I learned that a lot of women don't have small feet like me. So I was like, I'm like, well,
the larger sizes are definitely
I can sell the rest of these shoes and I can keep the small one for me. But then always it's one bundle, and somebody be like, I need a 5, I need a 6. I'd be like, oh, okay. I'd be like, and then I just go online and find it for myself separately, and so that I can use it as advertisement. But for the most part, that's how I started, because I was being selfish. I wanted to find a way for me to have the shoe, but also to sell it and make some money from it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's one way of getting to the shoe retail.
Yeah.
So why did you choose the name? What made you all choose the names for you all's business?
So Monroe Shoutique. Monroe is a play off of Marilyn Monroe. When I was trying to think of a name, I was trying to think of something that really represents what high heel represents. Something sexy, sexual, you know, pretty, all those different things. And so I originally just thought of Marilyn Monroe name for some reason, and started doing my research, and everyone was like, you know, call it Crystal Boutique, and I was like, no, I don't like that. I wanted the name when you hear it for you to just automatically get excited about it. So I end up just doing more research on the high heel industry, footwear industry, and came across this book where they had this entire spread on Marilyn Monroe. Now, Marilyn Monroe has never owned like a shoe business, a fashion line, or anything like that. But when you talk heels, for some reason, her name pops up, starts to float. And I thought that was a sign to say, okay, call it Monroe Shoutique. You know, take the O out and put a U so I don't get sued.
Right.
And, call it Monroe Shoutique.
Yes.
So that's what play off of Marilyn Monroe.
With me, I always, because I think I have my own sense of style, my own little. I guess I'm never ever tried to fit in. Even when I had the Jordan situation, I always just had my own sense of being. And so, since I was kind of, to me, I felt like I was unique, because it's like people were like, girl, you put this together? Or that look nice, or I never would have thought about that, or this and that. And I used to be like, okay, well, I guess I could call myself unique. I'm definitely unique. And then I'm like, well, girls, I'm like, I'm a girl. I'm a girl. But I was just trying to put a little spin on it, so I added a Z to the girls. So that's where it really stemmed from. And then I kind of was trying to come up with a mission for my business. And so once I figured out a mission, I'm like, okay, I want to offer unique, affordable shoes to women. I want to have something that specializes for those women that are like me. Those women that can take a piece and create a different mind in their brain. So like that's what I do. If I see something, because I'm a piece shopper too. So like if I see a piece and I be like, ooh, in my brain I'm like, ooh, I got this shoe at home to go with that.
She
and I can
putting the whole outfit together.
These
Nobody is gonna put it together like her.
And it just go in my brain, and it's so, and it just flows. And then I ask other ladies too. Like I have friends and they be like, my mind don't work like that.
Mine don't either. I'm like, how the but it's always cute. It's unique. It's her. You know, it's true to her. Her business name is true to who she is. Her identity.
That's exactly where it came from.
That's dope. I'm pretty. I don't really dress up. I don't like dressing up. I like being comfortable. I will dress up. Depending on, it really just depends. Most of the time I'm in a chill mode, so I'm not finna throw on no jeans, nothing like that. I'm finna throw on jeans. I mean some sweats or some basketball shorts, my shoes, and be good because I'm comfortable. But if I go somewhere, which is very rare, to where I need to dress up, then I will. It just kind of depends. But I'm kind of like you. When I see certain sneakers, I'm like, dope. Them look good with some jeans. So I kind of get that part, but for the most part, I don't. So you said you doing the, what is it, the Monroe
Walk Workshop 101.
What made you come up with that? Which I'm pretty sure a lot of women don't know how to walk in heels. The ones that don't,
They don't.
So
stop putting them on.
No, just come to her. Get taught how to walk.
So that's a great question. Being in the footwear industry, you get just so many different leads, right? It kind of almost go back to what we were saying. Like in that first year, you learn so much.
Right.
So with me, my product line is high heels dominantly, and I'll be doing these different vendors events, and the women will come up and be like, "That's cute, but I can't walk in." That's cute, but you know,
heel's too high.
Yeah, all that. So I used to hate that, like, because it felt like a sense of rejection, right?
Yeah,
like I'm here.
It
It took a lot for me to get here. I paid to be here and got my collection set up just to get rejected.
Yeah.
So I tried to think like, what problem can I solve in the shoe retail industry? Because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got a little. I want to say when you kind of get a little too good at something, it becomes boring.
That's
so
true.
you look for ways to kind of spice it up, and that's why being in a shoe retail became for me. It became a little boring, and I was just like, I need to be doing something else.
different.
You know, so something else. I really didn't want to go and be like a nurse or like completely switch up what I was doing. I wanted to stay within what I was doing, and so again, if you prompt the question, what problem can I solve? And I was just like, oh man, so many women say they can't walk in heels.
That's true.
So why don't I teach them? And in a nutshell, created this workshop, which is a super fun learning experience, giving you all of my expertise of my many years of walking in heels, plus my many years of being on the entrepreneur side, selling heels. I've heard so many shoe stories of it all. I know women that not like your mom, but like they collect heels and they still don't even wear them. Your mom at least maybe wear it once, like they won't even wear them. They just love the way they look, and they're like, I can't walk in them.
I can't even walk.
So I know there are a lot of women being in the shoe retail that came to me over the years, when it's their birthday or they got a date after 10 years, and they just like, all right, now I need a pair of heels. That's good, but you still
I don't know how to walk in them. Yeah.
So that's what my workshop is to help transform your confidence, your rhythm, and fierceness in heels.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because that's what it is about confidence, really.
It really is a confidence thing. And I ain't gonna lie, when I started my workshop, I really had this concept of just teaching you about the product, but it turned into like personal coaching. Like you become their mentor, you become their therapist.
They start coming to you talking, and you like, I didn't sign up.
Well, I
was going to teach you how to walk in here.
What I had to do was I had to train myself to be a coach.
Yeah.
And come to you as a coach, because coaches, you got the Dallas and stuff like that.
That's the squad.
They play a major role in all those players' lives.
They do.
So that's the role that I play. I'm not there just saying, hey, buy this shoe or walk in this shoe. Like I play this big major role where I release so much of my energy and my motivation and inspiration into you, so you can feel confident. Because once you feel confident, you can do anything. So.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And it's crazy that you said that, because I've seen it even going out, females in heels, and it's just like, she finna fall. Yep, she finna fall. She talking about one more good step. She finna fall, and let alone
You'll be the one.
she fall, and I'm like, damn.
You gonna help her at least?
I'm too far at this point. I'm seeing it from a distance. She finna fall. She finna fall.
Oh, my business.
She fall. I'm like, damn.
She finna slide.
Luckily, no, I don't have my phone in my hand at the time. I should have known she was finna fall.
She gonna slide.
Yeah.
Look at her.
So what usually happens in those situations, it's not even always that the woman don't know how to walk in heels. Is that she might have put a pair of heels on that's not supportive of her ankles.
Yeah.
She might have pulled out a pair of heels that was super flat, like I mentioned, occasional type of heels that she never broke in.
It was occasional. It was a fall.
She never.
It was a fall. That's what it was.
To break them in, wear them around, get a feel for them. A lot of times I realize that's the situation. So with those situations, I always tell women, you got to prepare for your high heel occasion. You got to get you some shoe inserts. You got to put the heels on when you first get them, walk around the house with them, and get a feel for how long can you tolerate being in them. Because what you think is like, I'm gonna be here for 2 hours, you might only last 30 minutes
with them on.
And now you gotta sit down or you gotta take them off, and or you might have to if once you take them off, it's gonna hurt even worse.
It's gonna be a
Or
wrap.
you might have to walk around barefooted, and that ain't cute.
And a lot of them do that too.
Yeah, they do. That's
they
what
walk very lightly. I've seen that. I'm like, yeah, your feet hurt, bro. Your feet hurt. Go ahead, call it a night, man.
I was gonna say some heels are just picture worthy.
Or you gotta make sure you got them extra shoes in your bag just in case. You like, okay, I know that I can only wear these. I can only wear these for this amount of time. I'm gonna take me a couple pictures. I'm gonna move around, but then I'm gonna take these off, so that I can have the appropriate thing. But one good thing that I did learn about researching as far as breaking the heels in, a good point is you can like take some socks and damp them. Then walk around in the heels. This kind of, it breaks up that material so that it's easier to flow. So then when you walk in them by yourself, you have that support, that opening, and then they're not just like super tight on your feet. It's like skates, people that skate. When you go buy a new pair of skates,
thick socks on,
them must gonna hurt your feet. But if you've had them for a while, you flowing. Yeah, you on the skating rink.
I was gonna say it's definitely a lot that goes into walking in heels, and that's what women don't get. That's one of the misconceptions. Being a woman, you think you're supposed to just buy it and go.
I'm laughing. You
material matters.
Yes, material matters.
All it's so much that goes into it.
Say you laughing, period. You don't
look,
you ain't gonna ask if she okay.
If I'm close enough, yes, I will.
And nobody has never failed in my workshop. If
I'm far and I see it, I'm like, damn, and I'm laughing. So I'm going to laugh.
So you gonna kick her too?
It might.
You wrong for that.
It might. No, I'm just playing.
Like, look, bro, look what she did.
I'm a helper. I'm a helper. I'm like, you shouldn't have had those on. You know it. So why did you do it?
No, don't do that.
Why did you criticize? Why did you put yourself in this predicament?
Her confidence.
Yeah, she built herself up to come out. She thought she had it. But she didn't.
I let her know. You look good. The shoes, you look good in them.
Yeah, see?
But you just...
They ain't for you.
She thought she had
it. The outfit, you look good. Trust me.
So when you see her, make sure you say, hey, Crystal Lee has a workshop and it's going to help you next time do better.
Exactly. That's what you can do.
That's what you do.
I'll try, but
Or you can also send her to us, and we can help her get the right shoe for her, so that she can start off. Maybe that shoe wasn't at her level.
Maybe that's not your.
Yeah, that ain't your cup of tea.
Bring it down.
We're gonna bring it down a notch. We're gonna help her out. You gotta work your way up. You gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta get there. Yeah.
And it's mostly the women that I see that can't walk in heels. Is basically my generation. Because a lot of them...
What is your
That's what I was going to say. How old are you?
I'm 27. I'll say this. Some of them can, some of them can't.
Yeah.
Some of them look stupid. Some of them you can tell a woman has told them how to. Most of them, they like, you can tell, no, it's not.
Some women, so let me say this to that point. Some women at some point say, like, you know what? I want to be more feminine. And they decide to put heels on. Like for us, it was prom for me. It was college for her. And some women definitely bloom a little later. And they just like, you know what? I'm 40 years old. I don't wear. And I get that.
I'm gonna start wearing heels.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All of that. And so I ain't got no problem with it, or I don't discourage you to try to get started, but if you can get some proper training or some proper information on how to get started, that is a good step to take. And that's something that's not encouraged, as women. Like, you just watch TV and you see models, you see performers, artists, you see all these different women that always are in heels. No one's really performing in
dancing in heels,
sneakers and Jordans and stuff like that. You might see them at the gas station with some women in Jordans, but no one's performing in that. So this is your, perception of wearing heels. You just put them on and go. So that's that bridge where, like I said, I was like, you know what, that's a problem, and I'm gonna solve it. So
it is true. I have seen a lot of more women, a lot of more female artists, especially in the music industry. They are performing in heels.
Definitely.
And I'm like,
but it's a certain type of heel. It's a heel with a thicker heel that provides support. It might have a bunch of buckles and zippers that supports the ankle. Like, don't get it twisted. It looks like impossible to someone that doesn't wear it. But the people that wear it,
it's a rhyme and reason.
Yeah, we wear it all the time. It's like, Nothing, Chris.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
And then also there's so many different essentials to help aid in it. You know, whether it be supporting of your ankle, whether they have the insoles at the bottoms to help keep keep you from sliding.
Put that traction on the bottom of the
heel. It's so many different things that is available that women don't know about either that can help them to you know grow and be more comfortable in wearing heels.
And you know why? It's because the shoe retail, right? The footwear industry has made so much money off of not educating their customers on how to wear this heel safely, how to wear this heel better, right? Like, why would I tell you that? And it takes money out of my pocket, you know. I think it was Christian Louboutin who said, like, you know, heels are not supposed to be comfortable. Like, yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Because them Christian Louboutins are definitely not comfortable.
So that's literally his mantra. That's what he believes, you know. And so, no, they're not going to design a heel that's comfortable. Or no, they're not going to. If they're at least going to design a heel that's uncomfortable, they're not going to tell you how to also make it comfortable, because that takes money from them. So now these days a lot of heels are more practical. I say it all the time. You see more lower heels, you see heels designed to just be more practical and comfortable, especially after COVID. Ain't nobody really popping out with no 6-inch heels, because we know I got used to slide. So
everybody been in the house, they like,
I had heels on all through 2020 though. I was like, I'm taking my heels off. I don't know.
It's funny because my mom's favorite heel is Santana, Carlos Santana. So if she has a bunch of those, I'm like,
something about it.
She like it.
It's probably comfortable.
One line, Jessica Simpson has some really good.
I love her.
Her shoes are like comfortable.
She's a billionaire off them comfortable ass.
And even with the ones that you don't think are comfortable, they actually are super comfortable.
Yeah, it's true. I was able to wear her heels and I was pregnant and all. Like,
So I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of women don't like wearing heels while pregnant. So how is that for you? I mean, I know everybody's different, but
not somebody like me. Maybe her, not me. I thought I could pull off the Beyonce having the 6-inch heels on at 8 months pregnant. No, for some reason, my hormones go crazy when I get pregnant. Like, so at the beginning, I might look okay, but even probably like as soon as I take the test, something just happened. My face blows up, and like everything just starts to just go crazy,
go
haywire. Man. So honestly, it's not safe because even if you're wearing flats and you're just wearing tennis shoes, you're a little wobbly. You're not balanced in just normal flats. So if you're putting heels on, you really put yourself at risk of falling. So it's not the most encouraged situation. I do feel I knock on wood that I won't get pregnant. I'm done having kids, but if I do, I definitely will be in some heels.
And I guess awareness. Like you said, I guess for me, because I'm a little person, but I do, and usually with my pregnancies, all I am is belly. I just got a big belly in the front. And so it was, you do have to maintain your balance and make sure that you are structured properly. But I mean, it's just about, and I guess that too, in general, without being pregnant, you have to maintain that structure and that balance. And you got extra weight, you got that extra pouch going on there, so you just gotta, work with it. You gotta
find your rhythm.
Yeah, you gotta find it. You got, practice, walk around the house, do some cleaning in your heels, vacuum it.
Seriously.
That's what helps break them in.
That sounds like it's a lot.
It's not. It's not. So let me say this: if you don't want to be the girl at the club on the floor, it ain't a lot.
Man, get laughed at by him.
Yeah,
he done took a picture of you right now.
I'm a goofy person as it is.
You don't want to go viral.
So something like that.
Y'all see her.
See, I'm goofy as it is. So I'm just naturally goofy. So something like that is just gonna take it over the top.
I would laugh too.
I would laugh too.
I'm gonna tell her about my services that I provide.
See, I don't have that type of services, so therefore I can't help her in that situation. I can't provide you. You just feel like your ass.
And I mentioned that no one has ever failed in my workshops. No matter what part of walking in heels they are, advanced, need help with balance or posture, or completely beginner, never fail, because I mean, I have to get you calm. And a lot of times it be anxiety, it be the fear of falling. That's why you fail. Like, you got to be confident. You got to just do you, you know.
And just have a good time.
Yeah, you got to just be you. They don't feel confident, and all that come into play. And before you know it, you're on the floor and, you know, sprained ankle and,
like you on ice the whole time you at the club? Yeah.
And then I was gonna mention too with pregnancy. I'm not sure if this happened with you, but you get swollen. Like your foot might can't even fit in there. Like, and then when you're in that last trimester, the last thing you care about is
being cute.
You like, please get this out of me.
Period. I'm ready. I'm hot.
We want to be comfortable.
I'm real hot.
Like, be comfortable.
So how long does your workshop usually last?
It's a 2-hour workshop. But so let's say I'm plugging, okay? July 24th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. is my workshop. I give women a 15-minute grace period to come, get acquainted, all that good stuff. We don't go 2 hours of walking in heels. I teach you about, you know, the difference between having a high arch or a low arch, a wide foot versus a narrow foot, what heel style works best with those, you know, how to look at a heel and identify if it's best for you. Then we go into posture. You don't start walking until I see your posture is cool. Then I make sure your balance is cool. Then we go into our little box. We take a little break, have an Oprah moment, talk about confidence and all the good stuff. And then I put on something real like sexy, slow, and we have like a slight heel choreography added to it as well. So it's not just 2 hours of walk this way, walk that way, walk that way. It's very interactive.
It's intuitive.
It's super dope, and it's very, very fun. So it's super community based. Like,
I got you.
Women come in there leaving out with friends. Like you can come by yourself, you can come with your girls, but now you got a whole another set of group of girls that you real cool with because y'all have this common interest. So
have you taken the workshop before?
I have.
Came out and support.
I definitely got to come out and support my girl. I definitely. I mean, I just was having a good time, honestly. And like what she said, it's about that confidence, about that posture. You can't be looking down at your feet while you walking the heels.
Because they be like, I'm gonna fall.
You're gonna fall for real. You definitely gonna fall.
You're gonna tip first, and your night is over.
And you're gonna be ready.
Your night is done.
Your eyes, your shoulders go wherever your eyes go. So I tell them that. True. So make sure you look straight, because you look over here, your body just start moving to that direction. So look straight. That's a quick tip. And pay attention. Imagine if you have like a runway right ahead of you, and or focus on one thing in front of you. And
just imagine that you're the baddest bitch in this area. Just keep
Please don't do that.
Focus. Why not?
Because some of y'all ugly.
Oh man, it's some ugly bad.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What is it called?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
There we go.
Yeah,
but ugly.
Ugly people can have confidence. I've seen a lot of ugly, confident people.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you either.
Like, do you?
He tells them, don't do that. They ugly.
Be confident. I don't even see that. I just be like, cool. Cool. I'm glad you confident.
But I hate when you ugly on the outside and the inside.
Now that's a difference. That's the difference.
That's not cute.
Beauty, physical beauty, all that stuff is not all it. Physicality of a person is not all it. What matters is who you are.
But sometimes the ugly on the outside does match the ugly on the inside. So therefore, you just double ugly.
Now that's a difference. Now we're gonna have a different conversation.
Ugly.
That's what I said, but ugly is to the bone.
So have you all done any events where? Or pop-up shops together, whereas both of you all's product there, like on the same table almost.
Not the same table, but same location, like side by side, or just in the same room. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So how do you make your business? Because as we know, it's a lot of retail businesses, shoes. You got. Fashion Nova, Shoe Dazzle, stuff like that. Big names. So with you all being more of on a smaller scale of the shoe retail business, what do you all do different
to stand out?
Yeah.
My focus is on a lot of personal branding
Okay.
and brand identity. You know, Shoe Dazzle, I never shop with them, but I love their commercials.
That's true.
And me personally, I don't wear shoes from no one but myself.
Of course.
But I focus a lot on my own brand identity. Like, I don't know who's the owner of anybody else. Like Shoe Dazzles and all those different places. Anytime you see me, I have heels on. I can, as the owner, talk to you and do a demonstration on the heel, how to lace it up, buckle it up, how to style it, all that good stuff. So that's my brand. Just focus on, you know, being a high heel level.
I got you.
And then I would say on my part, because I do offer that unique style, I try to do things differently as well as limit the quantities that I have available. So usually if I do get a shoe, I don't restock it because it's a limited shoe and this is what I'm going to have. Yeah, and this is what you're going to get. No, it's not that many people going to get it. The only times I usually restock is if it's something that really went fast and I'm like, okay, I can make a little capital off this situation. I can bring it back. But at the same time, I think what Crystal said, it's about bringing your own original sense into it. Whenever you see me, I have on my shoes. I do support all the local businesses. I try to support everybody. So even if it's not my shoe, you know what I'm saying, I'm still letting people know that it's available. I'm still letting people know that this is what's out here to have, you know, because I always still put my spin on it anyway. So I think that's what it is about just creating your own unique identity for your brand. And I think it's a very good thing. It was some post on Facebook about the bread companies, about it's 1,001 bread companies, but the one that you want, you're gonna get, you know. And when people, you know us black people in general, when we want something or we see something we like, we're gonna buy it. We're gonna get it. It don't matter where it comes from. It don't matter what the situation is. If we want it, we're gonna buy it. And that's all you have to focus on. I don't look at her as a competition. I don't see her as a competitor. I see her as a friend. I see her as a business partner. I see her as someone that helps me and pushes me through daily to help me grow my business. So I think it's the way that you look at stuff.
Yeah. And you can put us both in the same room. We can sit next to each other. We can put our shoes on the same table. We are two different people, and that we true to who we are. I don't show up as her. She don't show up as me. We are true to who we are. And in addition to that, if you call me, like for instance today, my cousin called me at 7:00 this morning. It's like, yeah, you got a lime green shoe, and I was like, I don't, but my girl has a lime green shoe. I said, tag me in the dress and I'm gonna check it out and see if any other shoes I may have go with it. But when she showed it to me, I didn't even tell you that was the conversation. I just said, nah, I don't have it. So I tagged her. She's like, ooh, I got some lime green. She's like, you wanna get the outfit? You need to slide. But I was tagging her so my cousin go to her for the shoe. Like that before the podcast came about, that was the relationship. That was our energy. So, you know,
that's good.
Yeah, everybody got their brand identity. You stick to yourself. You can't try to look at, you know, the bigger brands. It's nothing wrong with comparison as long as it's positive. You can look at the bigger brands and say, one day I would like to collab and have this going on as a commercial, or I would like to have this level of inventory and things like that. But you cannot look at it and be like, I'm not doing enough, or I'm less than because I'm not them. Like, we don't know who's behind those companies, you know, we don't. It's a 1-800 number you call, and it's you know. But with us, you go to her personal page, mine. You can meet me, you know, at the chicken place. You might catch me getting wings and talk to everybody else. Like
wings ain't supposed to eat.
It's us. You know, we true to ourselves, very authentic, and that's how we distinguish ourselves in the shoe retail industry.
So I'm glad that you brought up the big ones. So do you all, when you see these Shoe Dazzle commercials and stuff like that, do you not necessarily compare, but try to see what they're doing that's making them, that's taking their brand as far as it has?
Of course. Let me speak to that. So a couple of things that stood out. Shoe Dazzle, again, I never shop with them. I see their commercials pretty dope. They always looks like it's a occasional opportunity. The women are always happy. They walking and they dancing and they're in heels, right? So again, going back to what you was mentioning, seeing different female artists in heels and how amazing that looks when you see a bunch of women in heels and they're dancing. That's really captivating. Something else that really captured my attention with them was that they collabed with a heel choreographer, and the heel choreographer just did a quick little 1-2 step, got on the elevator and went down. I was like, I need to collab with a heel choreographer. Okay. So you definitely get inspiration from them, and really take on different notes, like what is it that they're doing? What are they focusing on? How are they able to capture my attention? I'm not going to shop with you, but you got my attention. Gotcha. What was it? It was a feeling. It was an emotion. I wanted to put some heels on and be like, girl, yes. So you have to understand whatever emotion that you had connected to that bigger company that captured your attention. Look at your audience. Do they, also gravitate to that same emotion? If so, then you need to not do what they're doing, but you need to find out how to express that emotion in your content.
Okay. And one thing I do like about Shoe Dazzle is I like how they put themselves out, what they offer. I've never bought any shoes from Shoe Dazzle either, but I do know that they offer like some type of situation where if you pay a certain amount each month, you build up these credits. So it's like a program. So even if you don't want that shoe, basically you're getting this money taken out of your account every month. And say, for instance, later on down the road, 3 months from now, now I want a shoe. I can go in there. I got this much money that's built up, and I can go ahead and purchase me a couple pair of shoes now that I've seen, or I've just been sitting back. So I think with that also targets a different audience. It also lets all women know, these shoes are affordable, but you can also do them at your leisure. You can also get them, you might not want them right now, but they're available when you want to have them.
Provide the convenience.
Yeah.
I know you said you don't really restock on the shoe because most of the time it's or you don't have a big quantity of them most of the time because it's something that's very limited. So with that being the case, how do you choose which ones how do you choose which ones you're not going to restock, which ones you are going to restock, or just how do you, as far as shoes, what makes you say, okay, I'm going to sell this shoe, I really don't want that shoe? How do you go about it? This your boy ANTWAN, the host of Straight Like That podcast, being brought to you and aired at Big Stu Studios, produced by Big Stu.